are you?
Good,
Good,
good.
good. Who do we have here? What's your name, buddy?
My name is Abi.
Avi.
Mhm.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So we're gonna. I don't think most of the people are gonna jump in until 10:35. So you know.
Yep, we can go on mute and wait till everyone.
Okay. If you have any questions, I can. I can answer any questions if you have it.
Sure.
Where do you go to? Where do you go to school right now?
I attend Stratford, San Jose.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Are you playing any club soccer right now?
Yeah, I play for Dianza Force Academy.
Okay.
Mhm. Um, my only main question would be, like, what type of recommendation like this school is looking for? Like, do you guys need like a video or from a coach?
We don't. Like you talking about soccer wise?
Yes.
No, nothing. So what happens is when November comes in, uh, you're gonna sign up for soccer. You're gonna sign up actually before that. You're gonna sign up probably in September for tryouts. So we have tryouts. Everybody's required to tryouts, even if you play for the academy or this or that. You are you are required to try out. Um, so basically, you have 3 days to show your skills, and then after that, uh, you just try out. And we pick the top 20 to 22 players in the squad, or kids that usually we have about 35 kids trying out. Um, so honestly, I don't need any video. You can send it to me. I can look, but I'm the coach of the varsity team. So let's say you're a good player and we think you don't belong to freshmen. You belong maybe to the JV or maybe to the varsity. Then we let you try out, and then we will take a look. The coaches will talk about, and there's a possibility of players moving up. Um, but obviously, we don't look players before. That's just the way it is. It's not like college. College, yes, you send videos and you talk to the coach, but for us or any schools, you just go for the tryout.
Right.
Yeah.
Has there been many freshmen that go to like varsity teams or JV teams?
And I've been there for 4 years. Only one freshman. Uh, so this is what it can happen. Let's say first depends how many players I have on varsity, okay? And let's say you play freshman. So last year we had a player that played the whole year for freshman and or the whole season. And during playoffs, we went to playoffs with the varsity team. Freshmen and JV they don't make playoffs. There's no playoffs. So varsity made the playoffs. I called one freshman to play with us on the varsity. So that means this season coming up, he will be on the he won't be on the varsity. So he automatically make varsity because he played playoffs with us. Um, but in the past 4 years, um, only one kid made since the beginning of the season. Um, but don't worry about that because if we think you're good enough to be on JV or varsity, you will make it. But also you have to think about that if you're a freshman, you're going to be playing kids that are 3 to 4 years older than you.
Yeah.
Okay? And we take that in consideration because at the end of the day, we want players like you coming in as a freshman to be able to play the whole time. You know what I mean? Um, I might bring a freshman because he's good enough, but because of size and because how the game is so fast when you have kids playing 3, 4 years older than you might not be able to play. So it all depends the moment of the season. Okay. But for sure, if you're good enough to make JV, there is several cases that kids are good enough as a freshman to go to JV and they play the whole time. So yeah.
All right.
Are you a 2007?
I am a 2006.
2006. Okay.
But I was born on December 23rd, so
Oh.
I wasn't on the cutoff.
Okay. I got it. I coach MVLA.
Oh.
Yeah.
What year?
I coached 2004s and 2012s. But I know well a lot of the kids on the 2006 teams because I coach them futsal. I think we have a lot of people coming in now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi, everybody.
people. And I think our session starts at 10:35, so we may see more people join us. As
Okay.
it approaches. One more family. And then one more. And then sync to audio, perfect. Hey, Coach, I don't know if you want to start.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Adriano Tony. I go by Tony, even though it's my last name since I was a kid, so I think it's easier. I'm going to do a little presentation, a quick one about our program. But if you have any questions, and you can either ask me or you can type on the chat. Okay. So I'm going to share screen right now.
And then just real quick, if you still want to see Coach Tony's face, you can click on your top right and there's a button that says view. So you can choose the side-by-side speaker. Otherwise, he would pop in a little corner in your screen.
Thank you, Hilda. Okay, so we have 3 levels at St. Francis, just like any other schools in our it's called the WLeague. We have freshmen coached by Brandon Pena. This is his 4th season. Tobias is his assistant coach. Usually we have I would say about 20 to 22 players a season. We have in between 18 to 20 games. Unfortunately for freshmen, we don't have playoffs. Okay. Players, this is a cutting sport, what we say here at school. So basically, we can cut players if we feel that the player doesn't belong to that squad. So just in case, so you know, if you get cut, you can go and try out for another sport, which is Hilda, I would say wrestling. Is that what it is?
Yeah, wrestling in the winter would be the boys and girls non-cut sport. In
Okay.
case that you still want to participate and you would cut from soccer or from basketball.
Yeah. Okay. So JV, junior varsity, those 2 coaches, they have a lot of experience. They've been there for a long time. Bob O'Connor, and Sal Chavez. Same thing, they don't have playoffs. Freshman players, I put down here, freshman players, if they're good enough and we think they belong to the JV, they might make the JV team. Varsity, this is what I coach. This is my fourth season at school. My first season I was assistant coach, and then I took over. So this is my third season as a head coach. I am a full-time coach. I coach club soccer full-time, and also I coach junior college. We have Manny Valencia, who's my assistant coach. He was my player in college, so he's my assistant coach for the second season. We usually have about 21 games with preseason games, and we have playoffs. So last year we went all the way to the final. We lost in the final, but we had extra four games. So a total of like 26 games. This is our league, WLeague. So we play each team twice. So basically we play home and away. So we have us, Bellarmine, San Jose, Sacred Heart from San Francisco, Midi, San Jose, Valley Christian, San Jose, Sarah from San Mateo, St. Ignatius, San Francisco, and Reorder from San Francisco. So basically, you're going to be going to San Francisco 3 times during the season, to San Jose 3 times, and San Mateo. So we play in our league total of 14 games, and plus the preseason games. I believe the only school that don't have freshmen is Riordan. Riordan might not have freshmen, just so you know.
Which in such case, depending on what the program has for the team, the freshman might still play against another team, which would be a non-league game.
Okay. We play during the winter, but this season, due to COVID, which is most likely, if you guys come to San Francisco, you won't be participating because it's in the spring. You won't be coming in August or September.
August.
In August. So our winter season usually starts Thanksgiving weekend. Okay, if you play club soccer, and let's say your team has a tournament, Surf Thanksgiving in San Diego, you cannot start training with us until you are done with your club soccer. So basically the Thanksgiving weekend is the last weekend of club soccer. After that, you can join us. But we start the season about 2 weeks before the Thanksgiving, just with training. The first games comes in December. We have preseason games in December. Like I said here, players are not allowed to play club and high school at the same time. Okay. Let's say your coach decided to run trainings during the winter. You're not allowed to for high school standards, because you might jeopardize the season for the high school team. Okay. But I believe that most of the coaches out there, or 99% of the coaches, won't have any trainings during the winter. Are you allowed to do private sessions? I think you're allowed to do private sessions. The only thing that you can play during high school is futsal. Let's say if your club team decides to play futsal in a winter futsal league, you are allowed to do that, right? During games, players are required to be in the locker room an hour before to get dressed, to start warming up, and be ready for the game. When you go away games, let's say to San Francisco, you might have to leave school early before school ends. So obviously, the school will give you permission to do that. You go in a bus. It's always in a bus, and it's pretty fun actually. Physical exams. Everybody is required to have physical exams to be able to participate in any sports at St. Francis. If you decided to participate and you don't have physicals, we won't allow you to train or to try out until you have that physical done. Okay. The tryouts take about 3 days for the freshman team. Trainings are Monday through Friday, right after school from 3 to 4:30. Kids, everybody have their locker rooms. So basically you get off at school and then you walk to your locker room, get dressed, and then jump on the field for a training. Our games are usually Wednesdays and Saturdays. So we play Wednesday, home and away, and then you play Saturday mornings. We are not allowed to do any Sunday activities. Players are, it's mandatory for players to train every time, unless there is a doctor or something, doctor appointment or something. But you are required to participate every single time if you want to play during the next game. Okay. This is my contact information, my email, and my phone number, just in case you have any questions. All right. I am open to any questions, either live or by the chat. Don't feel shy. If the kid doesn't want to ask and the parent want to ask, you're more than welcome to do that. Actually, is there a question, sir?
There's one in the chat. What would the physical exam consist of?
Basically, you have to go to your doctor, and he just make sure you're healthy. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but you just have to get okay from your doctor that you're okay to do any sports.
Yeah, they basically, I remember when I was in high school, a sports physical, that's what you would ask for. A sports physical is basically they just check, they check the standard measurements, right? Like your weight, your height, your blood pressure, and then they make sure that, you're okay to play, essentially, or okay to participate. So they'll do a series of like, they just check your legs, your arms, that you can, you have like no issues and things like that. It's pretty basic and straightforward. And St. Francis actually offers a day for families, for new families to come and do a physical. And they do it on our athletic facilities. That usually happens around early August, right before the season starts. And you'll see that happening. And typically families will get an email saying, sports physical day on campus from this day to this day. Otherwise, you go to your own doctor. But it's a pretty straightforward. It does not include tests or anything. Just checking to see if you can physically participate.
One thing I forgot to mention that you probably know is our facilities. We have 3 lighted fields, turf. So basically, freshman trains in a field, JV trains in another field, and varsity trains in another field. Most likely, it's the freshman trains with the freshman girls at the same field, a half and half. Each team has a half. Same with JV and same with varsity. We have a great weight room facility, state of the art actually. And we have 2 trainers that in case of any injuries, or let's say you need to tape your ankle or you need to do something prior to your training or your game, those two trainers are available to you. Yeah.
Yeah, so the trainers are also available during games. They usually come to the field just for help if something happens. And then when we go on away games, the schools we play against also have trainers. So there's always a trainer on site.
Yep.
Any other questions? I don't think so, Coach. I think that's it.
Okay. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.